need me, I am there. You cannot see me, yet I am the light you see by. You cannot hear me, yet I speak through your voice. You cannot feel me, yet I am the power at work in your hands. I am at work, though you do not understand my ways. I am at work, though you do not recognize my works. I am not strange visions. I am not mysteries. Only in absolute stillness beyond self can you know me as I am. And then, but as a feeling and a faith, yet I am there, yet I hear, yet I answer. When you need me, I am there. Even if you deny it, I am there. Even when you feel most alone, I am there. Even in your fears, I am there. Even in your pain, I am there. I am there when you pray and when you do not pray. I am in you and you are in me. Only in your mind can you feel separate from me, for only in your mind are the mists of yours and mine. Yet only with your mind can you know me and experience me. Empty your hearts of empty fears. When you get yourself out of the way, I am there. You can, of course, do nothing, but I can do all, and I am in all. Though you may not see the good, good is there, for I am there. I'm there because I have to be, because I am. Only in me does the world have meaning. Only out of me does the world take form. Only because of me does the world go forward. I am the law on which the movement of the stars and growth of living cells are founded. I am the love that is laws fulfilled. I am assurance. I am peace. I am oneness. I am the law that you can live by. I am the love that you can cling to. I am your assurance. I am your peace. I am one with you. I am. Though you fail to find me, I do not fail you. Though your faith in me is unsure, my faith in you never wavers, because I know you, because I love you. Beloved, I am
Again, in a world that urges us to measure our worth by appearances, by the homes we live in, the cars we drive, and the money we have in the bank, it's easy to forget what truly matters. As spiritualists, we know a deeper truth. We are souls having a human experience, and our purpose is not perfection, but growth, healing, and awakening. We place enormous pressure on ourselves to have everything figured out. Yet our greatest lessons often come from asking for help and admitting we don't always have the answer. Spirit has never asked us to be flawless, and spiritual growth includes remembering who we are, reclaiming what we've forgotten, and returning to what is real beneath the world's expectations. The spirit world reminds us that life is not a race, and that every soul walks a unique path. It is okay to change our minds, to outgrow old patterns, and to begin again at any age. What society considers weakness, spirit recognizes as wisdom. When we live authentically, listen inwardly, and show ourselves compassion, we align with the deeper purpose of our incarnation. Many people hide parts of themselves they believe are wounded or are not enough. Yet it is often through those cracks that compassion is born, wisdom grows, and the soul awakens. Our struggles are not always meant to break us. Sometimes they are meant to open us. After all, light enters through honesty and surrender, not perfection. What once hurt us deepens our compassion for others and strengthens our connection to spirit. Our scars are not failures. They are evidence that we have survived. Some of the most beautiful souls carry deep wounds because pain has taught them how to love gently, to listen deeply, and to see clearly. Perhaps the light was never avoiding our broken places, perhaps it was always trying to reach them. As we look at the world around us, at wars, division, collective grief, and fear, it is clear that humanity is hurting. In times like these, Spirit calls us inward. We cannot bring peace to the world if we refuse to cultivate peace within ourselves. Healing the collective begins with healing the individual soul, one breath, one choice, one moment at a time. This is why the affirmations we are about to explore matter so deeply. They are not escapes from the world's suffering. They are antidotes to it. They steady the nervous system, honor our humanity, and guide us back to compassion and truth. In times of unrest, personal grounding becomes an act of service. The world needs steady souls, rooted, present, and awake. Souls who understand that healing begins within. Souls who are willing to live gently in a world that has forgotten how. And so, I encourage us to incorporate some or all of the following affirmations into our daily lives, not as tasks or obligations, but as sacred practices that help us remember who we are, why we are here, and how to walk through this world with grace. The first one is the sacred art of rest and nourishment, giving ourselves permission to rest. Our worth is not measured in hours of output, and proper rest is essential for our physical, emotional, and spiritual well-being. While working remotely during the pandemic, I perfected the art of napping, and I continued to do so without guilt or regret. I even bought myself a plaque that says, "Some call it napping, I call it pursuing my dreams." I took a nap on Friday, and then I came back home and I took another nap, and I felt great. Actually, I woke up tired, but that's another story. Nourishing ourselves slowly and intentionally. Let nourishment be an act of love. A dear friend recently told me that when I eat my meals at my desk, I am eating my stress. And I asked her to repeat that because I thought that was profound. Imagine that. All the stress that's already within me, and then I'm feeding myself more, you know. She then suggested that I move elsewhere when I eat, bless my table and the food, put my fork down between bites, and remember to breathe. Creating space from the digital world. I don't have responsibilities that demand immediate attention, so I don't treat my phone or my smartwatch as if every notification is an emergency. In fact, I rarely even have the sound on. So the second affirmation, honoring our energy through boundaries. Saying no without explanation. Not every path is meant for your feet. I turned down an invitation this weekend merely due to the horrendous shore traffic. I've overcome my FOMO, fear of missing out. And my true friends understand my health choices. Sometimes they don't like them, but they understand. Choosing inner peace over outer noise by responding instead of reacting and avoiding gossip and negativity. I call it taking the high road. And spending time alone. In stillness, we return to ourselves. It is in the quiet that our spirit settles, our clarity rises, and we begin to hear our true voice again. I've recently begun turning off the TV after an hour in the evening just to restore my inner peace. Just don't want to hear anything. Just want it quiet. The third affirmation is mental and emotional well-being, prioritizing our mental health by tending to our minds as we would a small child or an elderly parent with patience, gentleness, and reverence. Taking a hot bath, listening to soothing music, or meditating are practices that calm and relax me. Admitting it when we are wrong. Humility is a quiet teacher, and owning our mistakes creates a path to wisdom, such as apologizing if I've said or done something hurtful to another, despite the impact on my ego. Letting our stories unfold in their own time. Life doesn't move in a straight line, and every soul walks it at their own pace. For me, this is about having faith that I am right where I am meant to be, and trusting that each moment is a necessary chapter, even when I haven't yet seen the whole book. And the last affirmation for now is evolving into our truest selves, starting over at any age. The soul does not keep time the way clocks do. It is always the right moment to begin again. I started grad school when I was 55 and graduated with a master's degree in 2020, having fulfilled a lifelong goal. Changing our minds, as I mentioned earlier, we're allowed to do that. We are allowed to evolve, and what was once appropriate may no longer serve us. I was supposed to visit Paris this fall. Then I unexpectedly purchased my retirement home in South Carolina. As a result, I had to put my international travel plans on hold. They just don't fit. They don't hold the same importance. And lastly, unlearning unhealthy patterns by releasing what no longer serves our becoming. This may begin with one small shift, such as replacing self-criticism with self-compassion. Perhaps some of you can identify with this situation. Someone compliments your outfit, and you immediately tell them, I bought it at a thrift store. This is a true story. I observed a woman who was complimented for the sweater she was wearing, and she immediately countered with, I bought it at a thrift store. And when I heard her say that, I thought, wow, I did the same thing. And I realized that she was incapable of receiving a compliment, and therefore so was I. So there are many more, but my time is limited, and I think you catch my drift. There are many things that we can do to turn within in times of stress. The outcome, some of them, of practicing these affirmations, a calmer nervous system, stronger and healthier boundaries, a more compassionate relationship with ourselves, emotional honesty and resilience, authenticity and personal freedom, and a deeper sense of being spiritually grounded. These practices gently challenge old conditioning, the belief that worth comes from productivity, instant replies, or self-sacrifice. With repetition, new truths settle into the body, and a different way of being begins to form. Most people experience relief within 2 to 4 weeks, noticeable shifts in 6 to 12 weeks, and deeper transformation over 3 to 12 months. And the beautiful part is that the benefits compound. The longer you practice, the more natural and effortless these truths become. In closing, if you choose to practice these affirmations, may they become quiet places of refuge. Moments where your soul can breathe, settle, and remember its own wisdom. As they take root, may you live more from the inside out, grounded, present, and aligned with what truly matters. And in the days ahead, may you walk gently, choose consciously, and trust the light within you to guide your way. May your practice remind you again and again that healing begins within, hope is never lost, and your spirit is stronger than you know. Thank you.